Should you allow pets at your Airbnb? I'm going to break down all of the pros and cons for you as a host that has tried both allowing pets and not allowing pets. So let's get into it, starting with the pros. By allowing pets, you're increasing your booking audience. So now instead of only appealing to guests that are traveling alone, you're also appealing to guests that are traveling with pets. I didn't initially allow pets in the first few months that I was hosting, but once I made the switch to being pet friendly, I definitely saw a big increase in my bookings. And now at least 50% of my bookings are from guests who are traveling with their pets. It's a huge part of my booking audience. Pet-friendly listings can also have the potential of charging higher nightly rates, especially if you offer additional pet-friendly amenities like having a bed for pets specifically, food bowls, a fenced-in yard. People are willing to pay more for convenience when they know that they're going to be traveling with their pet and might be looking for some of these items specifically. By allowing pets, you can also charge a pet fee, which you set as the host. My pet fee is $100 and it's for 2 animals regardless of the length of stay. Now, I want to be clear that this money is to cover the extra time spent cleaning and potential wear and tear caused by these animals. It's not necessarily like an extra amount of money for no reason. Sometimes I do make money from this pet fee when guests bring animals that don't require any additional cleaning time or no additional wear and tear, but sometimes I lose money from this cleaning fee when a guest brings a super shedding dog and I spend way more time cleaning, or if they cause more wear and tear. On the whole, I do think that I profit from these pet fees, but it is a significant increase in the amount of work involved, which I'll get into later, but just keep that in mind. You may also increase your chances of getting extended stay bookings when you're pet friendly. If guests with pets are looking to book somewhere, say they're looking to stay somewhere for like 1 to 2 months, it doesn't really make as much sense for them to find a pet sitter. They're probably going to want to take their animal with them if they're traveling for a longer period of time like that. Offering pet friendly accommodations can increase the chances of these guests booking your Airbnb for their extended stay. So this is more of a benefit if you specifically want less turnover, if you want longer staying guests, or maybe if you're more of a midterm market. Guests are also very appreciative of listings that allow them to bring their pets along with them. This can be reflected in more positive reviews, increase guest satisfaction, and also increase your chances of getting a repeat booking from those guests. Now let's get into some of the cons. There really are 2 main downsides of allowing pets at your Airbnb: increased cleaning time and increased wear and tear. Let's talk about the cleaning first. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of the cleans after guests stay with pets take me more than double the amount of time a standard clean would take. Not all, but some. 90% of the time, it's simply from guests who bring dogs that shed a lot, but 10% of that is just cleaning up any extra dirt that might get tracked in from dogs, or maybe cleaning up any pee stains, which if you're gonna allow pets, those things are gonna happen. Sometimes there will be accidents in your place. I invested in a decent carpet cleaner and that's worked really well for me so far, but 90% of the issue isn't really that, it's the dog hair. The amount of time that it can take to clean up this dog hair in between guests is actually wild sometimes. Not only can it be hard to get out of the linens, but it just finds a way to get on everything. I found the most effective way to pick up the dog hair has been using a giant lint roller. It's definitely made cleaning a lot easier, but it does still take a lot of time. Now, I want to be clear, that's not the experience that I have with every guest that brings a pet. That's just some of the time, but you never know what you're gonna get. You could also combat this by having breed restrictions, like not allowing super shedding dogs like huskies. I know some hosts do that. And it's something that I've considered, but I haven't actually implemented myself yet. Now, maybe you hire a cleaner to clean your Airbnbs, you're not doing it yourself. And if that's the case, I would definitely talk to them first before making the switch to allowing pets. That way you can see what they would charge you for the extra cleaning, and you can see if they even have time for it on their schedule. I know some cleaners that only accept cleans from pet-friendly Airbnbs if they have a minimum of 24 hours between guests, which might not work for your business model, so it's just good to have a chat with them before you commit to this. If I ever stopped doing most of the cleanings and hired a full-time cleaner, I think that I would strongly consider not being pet-friendly anymore. Unless I had an awesome cleaner who I really trusted and I felt like would take the time to deep clean if necessary, and who had the time to deep clean if necessary. Because when you're paying a cleaner to flip your Airbnb for the next guest, they're not going to be deep cleaning every time. That's not what you're paying them for. You're paying them for a standard clean. And it's important to understand from your cleaner what the difference is between the two. They're probably not going to be getting every last dog hair without doing a deep clean if it's after a super shedding dog. So unless you had it in your budget to have them deep clean after every super shedding dog, I just might be a little bit wary of this. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit jaded because I have been burned by cleaners in the past. So this could just totally be my experience with it. And maybe you have an awesome cleaner that you wouldn't have to worry about this with. But if you do start allowing pets, I would at least do some walkthroughs after your cleaner has been there from guests who brought dogs with them, just so you can see for yourself if the cleanliness is where you want it to be. Now, you may be concerned with allowing pets because you don't want any damage to your property, which that makes total sense. I will say if you are pet friendly, you do have to expect an increase in wear and tear. Like maybe dogs tracked in extra dirt, or maybe they peed on the carpet, things like that. These are all things that, in my opinion, are covered by the pet fee and is part of the reason why you have that pet fee. But if there's excessive damage, like dogs scratched up your doors, or chewed on expensive furniture, or left an excessive amount of pee stains on the carpet, those are all claims that you can get covered through Airbnb's insurance air cover. I'm not saying it would be fun to deal with that, but it's not like it's necessarily going to be coming out of your pocket. My overall experience with being pet friendly has been positive. I haven't experienced any excessive damage from guests with pets, and most of my guests have been very thoughtful and respectful about picking up after their animals. I have experienced some minor issues, like a dog chewing up the TV remote, which the guest is very gracious about and they offered to pay for a new one. I've also had animals pee on the carpet, like I said, which has added to additional wear and tear, but nothing too crazy. My biggest complaint is the extra time needed to clean after super shedding dogs. But on the whole, being pet friendly has been worth it, and I've definitely noticed an increase in bookings because of it. There's definitely benefits to it, but there's a lot more work involved, so it just kind of depends on how hands-on you want to be and how worth it is to you. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, then you might find my last video helpful as well. If you're a new host or just curious about Airbnb, make sure to leave me a question in the comments below. And if you want to see more of my day-to-day hosting experiences, follow me on YouTube Shorts or on TikTok. And until next time, happy hosting.